What is up, Taurus? How are you guys doing? It is time to go ahead and knock out your weekly check-in for the last week of November 2025. So it's a weekly check-in, so it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, if you want, you can just go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com, but I have a link for that right down here in the description of the video. Speaking of which, this is going to be the last week to take advantage of our Black Friday sale. It ends the last day of November. Honestly, most people every year usually take advantage of that for the Zoom calls. That's, for some reason, I don't know why, we got all these other sales going on everywhere else, but most people like the Zoom calls. There's still several spots available, and this coming week is going to be the last week for that. We do have a couple special tricks up our sleeve for actual Black Friday, too. But as far as all the sales that we're running all month long, this is the last week, and then it goes back to normal. All right. Let's see how the energy's looking. How's it looking? How's it looking? How's the energy looking for Taurus, universe? Last week of November 2025. Damn, dog. 10 of Pentacles reversed. I wonder what that means. I mean, you are an earth sign. Hang on. Ooh, Judgment. Tower. This is interesting. Huh. So, I mean, I do think that this person is trying to get your attention. Are you aware of that? Some of you are. But I do think this person does want to get your attention. Some of you are aware of it and you're blatantly ignoring it. Others of you, it just hasn't hit your radar because you have more important shit to focus on. But either way, it's kind of looking to me like you're making a final decision to let that tower burn to the ground, aren't you? Eh? Especially those of you who have been on and off with this person. I know that's not all of you, but I have to throw it in there because I know there's quite a few of you. But, yeah, it looks like you're making a solid decision to just let this tower burn to the ground. It may not be the decision you want to make, but maybe you're just coming to the conclusion that that's what serves your highest good. You know, and sometimes that's what you got to do, dude. Especially if you want to carve out a new energetic pathway for 2026. I think there's a lot of you who are really sitting down and thinking, I want to see an actual change. I don't want to just make 2026 another repeat of 2025 or 2024 or 2023. I want to see a fucking change. And if I want to see a fucking change, I got to make a fucking change. So you know what? Deuces. Any fucking dead weight it's holding me back, working against me, it's got to go. But this person, for some reason, they're not just giving up. Now, I don't think that they're actually taking any action, but I do think they are thinking and planning and trying to come up with ways of, I don't know what. I don't know if they're going to try to figure out how to manipulate this situation or I don't know. But they are thinking and planning while I feel like you're walking away. So, okay, well, some of y'all dealing with a Saggy. I also have Cancer. Okay, but you know, it could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see how they feel about you at the deepest level, and what are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Hey, man, there it goes again. There it goes again. Well, you know you can't trust this person, right? You know this. I think you know this all too well. They feel unfinished business with you. 5 of Wands. 10 of Wands. You know what this feels like to me? This isn't something that I never see, but I don't see this enough to have come up with a structured talking point about it, you know? Where if you watch enough of my videos, you'll hear that there are some things that I have as a structured talking point. Like when a certain card or a certain combination of energies comes through, I'll give the same talking point because these are things that come up very frequently. Well, I don't see this one frequently enough to have come up with a structured talking point. But the best that I've got is they don't want you. They just don't want nobody else to have you. That makes sense? I don't want to be with you, but I don't want you to go off and do better than me. You know why? Because that would make me look bad. If you go off and you move on and you heal and you do better, that's going to make me look bad. Then everybody's going to know that I was the toxic one. I'm the one that's full of shit. It's going to make me look bad. So I don't want nobody else to have you. I can't have you out here making me look bad, you know, with truth and facts and all that shit. Come on now, we can't be having that. All right, well, some of you dealing with a Pisces. I also have Libra. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Taurus? Man, it's time to start new and start fresh, yo. Time to step out of that comfort zone. Don't just step outside of that comfort zone. You step out of that comfort zone and stay there until it becomes comfortable. That's the thing about the comfort zone. The comfort zone will come find you if you never return. See, we have it programmed into our heads that we have to run back to the comfort zone. No, you don't. It'll come find you. It'll come find you. It don't matter how far away you stray away from that comfort zone. If you never return, it'll come find you. You know, I try to avoid just coming straight out with this. But the only thing I think I can say is if you want a change, you have to make a change. If you don't make nothing change, ain't nothing gonna change. Keep doing the same things you've been doing, gonna keep getting the same things you've been getting. Keep playing stupid games, keep winning stupid prizes. You know how it goes. Now, again, like I said, you have to be willing to say, you know what, 2026 might be scary. It might be uncomfortable, and it might suck. But what would suck worse? Stepping outside of my comfort zone or just repeating the cycle? Which one's more painful? Which one sucks worse? If you're not at the point where repeating the cycle sucks worse than breaking it, then you're not going to break it. What's the point of that? If breaking the cycle hurts worse than repeating it, then you're just going to repeat it, right? You got to be at your wit's end. And I think a lot of you are finally there. I would rather go through the pain and discomfort of making a change than the pain and discomfort of staying the same. You know what the good news is? The pain and discomfort of change is temporary. Your comfort zone will come find you. I don't care if you run all the way to the other side of the planet. Your comfort zone knows where you are and it will come find you. But you know what? The pain of staying the same is permanent. So pick your pain, the temporary one or the permanent one. All right. Let's see how the energy is generally looking for the singles in the last week in November. Single Tauruses. How's it looking generally? Ooh, I see you connecting with somebody, though. Is this a new person or somebody you already know? Oh, no love offers being made, though. What's up with that? Hang on. Page of Cups reversed. I don't think this is somebody you currently know. Looks like you're connecting with somebody completely new. And for some reason, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you just connect with a brand new person, we shouldn't be shitting our pants and tripping over ourselves to extend or accept a love offer from somebody we don't fucking know, right? So ain't nothing wrong with that. That's cool. You know, I'm in agreement with that. Y'all are talking, getting to know each other, or at least that's what you're willing to do. And no love offer is being extended or accepted at this time. And maybe right straight off the rip, yeah, this dude just had to come out, didn't he? Right straight off the rip, you may be pondering and contemplating this person's maturity level. Something about you kind of strikes me as the type of person that might be a little bit on the immature side, huh? I think that you're just intuitively picking up on this person. They're carrying baggage, past vibrational baggage, and you feel that. You know that you don't have to be spiritually awake to feel energy. You know that, right? You know, even the most dead asleep, spiritually inept fucking people on the planet still pick up on the energy of everyone around them. They just don't realize they're doing it. You know? And when you connect with somebody and something feels a little bit funny, that's you picking up on energy. When we say things like frequency, vibration, energy, that's not just a fluffy-duffy little metaphor. That's not an analogy, okay? You literally emit an electromagnetic field that's produced by your heart. It can be measured 10 to 15 feet outside your body. And that electromagnetic field vibrates at a very specific frequency. When you get within the field of somebody else's electromagnetic field, you can feel their energy. It's not a metaphor. It's real. There's science behind it. Right? A lot more fucking science than you know. A lot more. But that's a different topic for a different time. Anywho, let's see their feelings, energies, and intentions at a deeper level. Preferably the deepest. Yeah, they're trying to forget about something from the past. Yup, every time, man. Like fucking clockwork. Every time. They're ready to start new and start fresh. There's that baggage again, see? Carrying past vibrational baggage that they do not know what the hell to do with. I'm not allowed to spy on the close personal details of somebody else's personal private life, but I would feel very safe betting that they just very recently got out of a relationship that did a fucking number on them. And now they're just trying to forget about it, trying to block it out, start new, start fresh, because that's all they know how to do. Problem is, it don't work like that. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. The only way for your energy to change form is if you make it change form. And if you don't make it change form, you just carry it with you on your back your whole fucking life. That's the only thing you carry with you off this planet when you leave. That goes with you and back into the next lifetime. But you feel it. You feel them carrying this energy because that is now part of their electromagnetic field. That's part of it now, and you feel it. You feel that shit. You just can't figure out exactly what it is, you know? Well, that's what it is. And honestly, it might have turned them a little bit bitter and a little bit sour. It might have. It very well may have. Because I think this person, man, they were with the person that they genuinely thought was their fucking life partner. And they got hurt badly. And some people can't handle that kind of pain. I get it, man. I totally get what that feels like. You know? If it cuts deep enough, that can make you turn fucking bitter. And, you know, it can make you do some shitty ass things, man. I get that feeling. But I think that's what you're picking up on. So it's probably good. It's probably good that you take this approach. Let's get some advice. Okay, so this one's kind of a side note. For those of you connecting with somebody at a distance, you have a short window of time to figure out where this connection is going. I'm going to tell you what, I read these situations all the time. I've been in a long distance relationship for 3 years. Years? God damn it. And you have no clue where this is going. I'm not saying that you should do like me and my divine life partner did. We were 1,000 miles apart when we met. And then a month later, we were living together in a hotel, and that's where we started. I'm not saying you got to do it like me, but at least in that first month to 2 months, we got to have a plan to look forward to. Who's coming to who? How are we going to go about doing this? What's the plan? At least come up with a plan. I'm not saying that it has to go exactly according to plan, but we at least got to have a fucking plan. Who's coming to who? How are we going to go about doing this? What arrangements are going to be made? What do I have to look forward to work towards? If you don't establish that in the first 30 to 60 days, the likelihood that it's ever going to be established is slim. I'm not saying it never happens, but it's rare. Very rare that happens. But just in general, it's very, very good to take the approach of keeping someone at an arm's distance when something feels off. All right? I know you all heard me tell you a million times, don't spend too much time trying to figure out why it feels off. It doesn't fucking matter. It does not matter. So there's no point in driving yourself nuts trying to figure it out. I'm not saying don't try to figure it out. I'm saying if you spend several weeks, a month, and you can't quite figure out what feels off, don't sit around for another 3 months trying to figure it out. It doesn't matter at that point. Something's off, and it's not going to fucking work. So, yeah, don't extend or accept an offer when something feels off like that, when you have a voice of doubt in the back of your mind. Don't let the what if factor make decisions for you. Look for that feeling of instant trust, dude. Instant trust. You know, and that's hard to describe because everybody thinks that well, I thought I found that with my last relationship. I thought I found that with my first marriage. That's the way I felt with my kid's father. That's the way. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You don't feel instant trust and transparency unless instant trust and transparency is actually there. You can't fake that. Now, you can lie to yourself pretty easily. Oh, it's real easy to lie to yourself. But that level of genuine, authentic trust and transparency, if you ever felt that, that person wouldn't be your ex right now. If that energy was genuinely present. So try to pick up on that. Okay? You know, if you're still stuck in this mode right here, don't be afraid to back away. Especially if the energy gets heavier over time. And you become more nervous and more confused. And over time, rather than feeling alleviated, you have more questions than answers, you know? And you're laying awake at night trying to figure out how they feel about you or whether or not they were telling you the truth or, you know, that. Don't run with that. Okay. You're better off walking away from something that doesn't feel right than saying, what if? Way better off. Because then, at least, the universe can bring you one step closer to your actual person. I'll give you a hint. When you meet your actual person, you ain't gonna need to come ask me shit. Okay? I never promise or guarantee anything, but 99.9% chance. You know, there's always little exceptions, you know. Every once in a blue-green moon, lightning strikes the same place twice. But don't bank on that, okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Taurus friends and family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is down here in the description, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.